Okay.
You want me to go over there?
You're okay, right?
There's going to be guys walking behind.
It's okay.
Mike, how's it feel to be back?
Humbling. You know, one of the things is I tell the coach all the phone calls that I'm receiving. You know, the pressure to be in the Illini is always high. You know, now to be back and the extended pressure that of having a good time and showing guys my experience and worth being in the Illini. I think it's exciting right now.
Coach, what does it mean to you for all these former players and people reach out to you, want you to be back?
Well, I'm not getting a lot of sleep. But the thing about it, like I said, I met with the running backs yesterday, and we went out to dinner, and I talked about the excitement about being here. I'll be a little selfish at this time and enjoy it myself. And I said, but you got to realize the shoulders that you have and all these former players you're standing on. And for me, now it's the same thing. I'm excited to share my experiences here. Again, I'm still floating a little bit. But at the same time, I got a job to do. I'm one of staff members that is here to help the team become successful. And we're real close.
Is this a place you thought you'd come back?
Yeah. My daughter thought I'd come back. My wife thought I'd come back. We didn't know, at what point it would be. Hopefully, it's at a point right now. It's perfect timing. And like I said, I've always had dreams of being here at this point. And Coach Smith, and thank Coach Smith. I thank Josh for everything they've done, as well as thinking about me being here. I'm excited. As you guys can tell, sometimes it'll get the rambling and talking about it, but the excitement of the opportunity to be here, I think, is real high right now.
What was the whole process of just getting back here and just the offseason?
Well, at the time, when I got the phone call, it was a little after the transition. You start thinking about the team next year, and then when I got a phone call and asked about my interest, automatically the excitement and your blood starts to rush and your heart starts beating fast. And for me, it was an easy decision. It was an easy conversation, and as I got to know Coach Smith, as far as the offensive coordinator was concerned, it was like we were on the phone for an hour and we've been knowing each other for years. So that was simple. And then, coming down here real fast, tried to sneak in the back door so nobody knew I was here. But again, it was one of those things to where, when I left, I felt real good about it. It was kind of nerve-wracking the day after because I thought I was going to get a call pretty fast. And, when they called me Friday morning, we were jumping around the house.
What were those first conversations like with Rod and Levy?
Well, Rod got on the phone and said, could I talk to Coach Smith? Coach Smith said he was looking for a running back coach. Did I know anybody? And I said, well, I got an idea. If you want to know, but it was easy. Was thankful for all the opportunities, and then once everything was solidified, started making some phone calls, and my family already thought that we'd be coming down. We came down the next day and started looking at houses.
What do you add in recruiting?
Will I add a little bit, maybe?
No, what do you add?
Oh, what do I add?
Yeah, not if. What?
Well, I mean, the thing about it is that, as you know, this college football industry is built on recruiting. My relationship in state, my success in state as a player and as a coach, and recruiting will help. But I'm just a piece of the puzzle. I'm not coming here and all of a sudden, we're expecting 10 wins. That's the expectations for everybody across the country. Everybody's expecting to be 12-0, but we all know that there's going to be some bumps and bruises along the way. But as far as recruiting, I've seen this place when it was successful, and we're that close, and you can tell we're that close. And, in recruiting, when you see the facility going up right now, it's going to be easy to tell the kids this is the place to go. You add the education on with the facilities, it's top notch. And as coaching staff, you can't beat it.
Coach, you said you feel like we're that close. Why do you think that?
Well, the physical aspect of it, you start seeing the players. I had an opportunity to go inside and watch them work out. As a fan, I'm still a fan. I'm an alum. So last year watching the games and you see how close they were, you're that close. And it doesn't mean that I was the answer. It just means that I'm going to be part of the puzzle. So you see those little things. You hear the passion they had when they're working out. You see the guys being excited about being around each other. In this college football game, a lot of it has to do with experience, but a lot of it has to do with the passion of being successful.
How have you fit in with this coaching staff?
Right now, I was part of the birthday prank joke on Coach Smith. I don't know if you guys saw it on social media, but again, we're sitting there, we're talking. There's no egos involved. I don't want to be a distraction with all the hype about me and Coach Lou, but we're just adding pieces to the puzzle. We're familiar with the area, we're familiar with the media, we're familiar with the student athletes. A lot of the student athletes for the last 2 classes who are seniors and juniors now, I've recruited and helped recruit. So the comfortability of being back is phenomenal. The former players being in contact with me is great. I feel the excitement around the university. And as you guys know, you always have excitement around the Illini football. I've talked to Nick Anderson and Kendall Gill, and those guys are coming back this weekend. They're excited for us. So when you see the basketball team doing well and Coach Underwood, everything they're doing over there, it's the opportunity of a lifetime for any coach to be put in this position.
Coach, when you saw those running backs last night, what's your first impression of this group?
Well, I know the older ones, but then watching them play, and I told them, I said, the first thing Coach Smith said is the best group on the team right now, or the most experienced, are the running backs. I want that pressure, but the thing about it, from 1 to 7, you have to have the accountability of the group, the accountability of the team, the accountability of 2090 class, 2090 team. You have to embrace that pressure, and they're excited about it. They ate well last night. We had some stories, and the thing about it, I told them, you be accountable for the other 105 guys that are on the team, and we'll have success this year.
Who are some of those former players that are reaching out to you, just kind of contacting you?
I mean, from Howard Griffith to Dana Howard, to Jeff George. Jeff George called me. He was the first one to call me. Howard, of course, is my best friend. So those are the guys that are around. You got the guys who are local, from Jeff Finke, who are calling and reaching out and having, I guess you could say, the excitement as well. And again, that pressure. I've also got calls from former players who are coaches now and say, hey, now I want you to take a look at my kid, because they felt at times, their kid wasn't getting looked at. But at the same time, we want the best players to come here just like every other university. No favors, no favors.
How do you change this?
Lovey didn't keep you on last time. What does it mean to you for him to give you this chance?
Well, I think I'm more prepared, and when I left that last time, I thanked him just as well. And I told him if I was working at IBM, I'd still have an Illinois shirt on and be cheering. So it was easy for me to come over here without any clothes because I had a ton of Illinois clothes still at home. So they were laughing at me because I had more Illinois clothes than they did. So I'm always going to be an alum. And the thing about it is that when he didn't keep me aboard, my pride was hurt, but at the same time I said I'll never let it happen again. So it was easy to know that I would be prepared when I came back. I learned a lot more in offense. I learned a lot more about college football, and for me this opportunity is perfect because I think I'm perfectly prepared.
With your previous experience and expertise, what do you think you just bring to this coaching position?
Well, the thing about it, I've been in a situation to where you're playing in championship games. I've been in a situation to where you're developing players who want to be successful. That's the part that our offense that we've run in the last 2 plays.